on Yelp. Pull up all these pictures and you're like, oh, that's the dessert you're eating? All right, Michelle. That's the candle? Okay, that's the same candle. I know where that.
45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes to an hour. Wait, can you run that long? No offense.
That's how I got married. Now you know, first date, bro.
Was that what you did?
Yeah, my first date with him.
I think a guy's more comfortable being alone than a girl, but I mean, that's a whole nother
You think so?
I think.
First of all, someone thank everybody for listening. Welcome to the Men Don't Know podcast. I'm the man of many friends, your host and creator, Chris Boone. And here on the podcast, we talk with a bunch of guys. We ask a bunch of women questions over wine and cocktails. Whether you listen to it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Pandora, you downloaded that Men Don't Know podcast app. I can't thank y'all enough. Merch store is open as always. But hit me up on Instagram at Men Don't Know, Twitter at Men Don't Know 1. Shoot me an email, Chris at mendontknow.com, or hop on the mendontknow.com website and shoot me a message. Fellas, how we doing? JJR Coy. We back again with
Yes.
I went on a date with a killer. Part 2.
Another one.
Another one. And as crazy as it sounds,
There's no way.
Dwayne No Wade. Absolutely. Let's call my sister and hear her story. Because if it can happen to her, I feel like it can happen to anybody.
Hey.
Hey, how we living? What are you up
Good.
to?
How are you?
Good. I'm here with JR and Coy. Fellas, say what's up to Nina.
Yo.
What up?
Hi.
Stop that. Wow. Just say hey, guys.
You're doing the
regular
most right
high.
now.
All she has to do is say hey,
Right.
guys. Coy, all she has to do is say hey, guys.
There's
Hey,
cafe.
guys.
There's cafe.
Do I ever say that?
No, I'm just
Say
saying.
hey.
No, hey guys, how's it going? That's it. All right, Nina. I'm here with the boys. Apparently, none of the boys knew you had a story about being on a date with a how you felt killer, and we want to hear the story.
Well, yeah. So, when I was newly single, going
100%.
out on dates, through the app because
Wait, okay, which app? Which app? Let's clarify the app so that way ladies know
it
what it
was.
is.
Yeah. So at the time, I was doing just Match.com.
Damn.
I had not done.
Wait.
Yeah.
Don't you have to pay for Match.com?
No, there's like a free version, and then you can, like, after being on the free version for a little bit, they'll send you like a coupon for you to be on the paid version for like $5 to $10 a month.
Oh wow, okay. All right.
Yeah.
She said, "I'm tired of these broke fools can't pay $5-10 a month to meet me." You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah. And so, I mean, definitely lessons learned. That's how I knew about Global Entry, was through the guy that I was going to go on a date with.
Okay. So how did that? Okay, let's start back. And how did that start out?
So through Match, it's the same like any other. I feel like it's the same like any other dating app. So you match, they match, and then either one of you start the conversation. So like, hey, how are you? On Match, it's the profiles are like more. It's deeper. Like you are writing paragraphs for someone to get to know yourself. So it's like a mini thesis.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
and that everybody sees it. That sees your profile.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone sees it. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, with this guy, he was super cool. He was, at first, from what he told me, he was a school teacher, and then getting to know him more, he like morphed into a lawyer.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm looking at Coy doing math in his head.
Teaching to a lawyer.
Yeah. Ain't adding up. This looking like bad math. Okay.
Right.
My question is, on the site, did he say he was a teacher, or what did the?
So he said that he's a teacher like his day is teacher, and then he has other like business ventures. So I'm like, there's a lot of people who have other business ventures, not a big deal or whatnot. And then I asked about like the business ventures.
Wait. Sorry.
So was he a lawyer?
Wait.
I know I'm getting to it.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Are y'all just texting? Y'all haven't been on a date yet?
That is correct. We are just using Match.com's platform to text.
Okay, so you did not give him your number.
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Keep going. Okay. All right. Keep going.
Because from a little tidbit, what I did learn is from my single friends at the time was to get a Google number. So, yeah.
Boy. Oh, yeah. Got a couple of those.
It's kind of like a burner number, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So therefore, the Google number doesn't really, it's not like they can search it and it's going to come up your name. It's just going to say Google. So I got a Google number to when I decided, which was like within a week. So, talking to someone, vetting him out for me was a week. Mm-hmm. And he was super cool, had a little bit of quirkiness, which should have been a telltale sign.
Define quirkiness. Sorry about that.
So the quirkiness, I would have to say, was like he would make like these weird comments about like, through Match anybody can be found. So like there's
what?
Yeah.
Hold on now. Okay, you said now my question is
he wrong?
He said through Match anybody can be found. He said that?
He said it. And at first I was like, okay, I guess, but I don't know anybody who's used like their real government name.
Yeah.
And so then he was just like, well, it doesn't matter. That's how I don't ever get ghosted, because I can always find who decides not to talk to me. Mm-hmm. And I should have like took that again as a telltale, but I was in La La Land and was like, okay, whatever.
I can find whoever decides not to talk to me.
Like, they don't ghost me. I turn them into ghosts.
Wait, why would you want to find someone that decides
right.
Leave me with something from around the world.
You gonna say something to me, damn it.
All right, keep going.
And then so we're chatting, we're like chit-chatting on Match and whatnot, and then he brings up like law, and I was like, oh, okay, like that's cool. He's like, yeah, I was a lawyer in my past life, and I was like, okay,
whoa, lawyer in my past life.
Right.
Go ahead.
And mind you, at the time we were in our mid-30s. So it wasn't like, it takes time to be a lawyer, not just
Leonardo DiCaprio and Catch Me If You Can. Like,
right.
Doogie Howser.
Sorry, yeah.
I watched My Cousin Vinny too a bunch of times.
Go ahead.
Suits.
Yeah, there's not a lot of lawyers.
Bro, okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
In my past life too.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, okay. I was like, oh, what type of lawyer were you, and what did you do? You got a law degree and your teaching credentials at the same time? And he was like, well, no, it's just really complicated, but like I do that on the side. I was like, you're a lawyer on the side, and then you're a teacher as well. And I was like, okay, this is weird. This isn't usual, but I guess it can happen. And then, so we go on our first date. I'm all about, like, no one has ever picked me up at my house. Like, to this day, no one, like, when I was dating, no one picked me up at my house.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God.
Okay. But he did?
I'm sorry?
But he did?
No. I just didn't allow it. And we've like anytime I went somewhere, all my friends knew, and I never went in a place like I wasn't familiar with. So I always chose the place I was super familiar, kind of like just in case something happens, because
yes,
watching a TV,
share your location with a friend or something.
Yeah, always. They text me during the meal and all that, just, to make sure, because, you see a lot of things on TV if you're just like all willy-nilly.
Yep. No, 100%.
So what started being suspicious is like when we would be sitting at dinner and he would kind of just like scan the room and then like shake his head and do this weirdo laugh. And I'm like, okay, well, that's different. It was, I'm like, he's handsome, whatever. Maybe.
Oh my God.
It was
Dexter.
He's like,
Jay, you letting this slide?
There's no
Jay,
exits
you
out
letting
the
this
back.
slide?
I'm curious about the laugh.
right,
no
and it was like, it was like a weird. It's like,
Did you ask him?
I don't know.
I did. I was like, what's so funny? I mean, I want to laugh
He's
too.
all, it's going perfectly. That's what.
Right?
Damn, Jay.
He's like, no, I'm excited that we finally got together. It's sad that, I couldn't pick you up at your house. I mean, I really want to like get to know you better and pick you up. And I was
That's
like,
a red
no,
flag.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a red flag. But at
It's
the
not
time, I
something
was
you're
like,
concerned
okay,
about on the
whatever.
first date. Like, buddy,
No,
Be happy to be in the room.
right.
Exactly right, because especially on the first date. I mean, if he wants to go, she wants to go. I don't got to take you home. It's awkward.
Yeah.
Or make you catch an
Right.
Uber.
Exactly.
Like, man, I'll meet you over there. Cool. That's how in between both the houses. Save on that gas.
Economical.
so-
Jay. Go ahead. Sorry.
We're like, I like kind of diffused. I was like, well, no, it's just comfortable for us to meet each other here just in case, something comes up, since you're a teacher and a lawyer, someone might need you. And just in case we don't mesh well. And he kind of looked at me funny when I said that. Like, he's like, I hope you're not bothered by that. I was like, I'm not bothered yet by it.
Mm-hmm.
And then so
I feel like there's already like too much explaining you have to do to this person. That's crazy.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
it was
being single
Hey,
today, that's the norm, though. You most likely are not going to pick her up from the house just because of how
Right.
today is.
Of you. Yeah. Of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
right. You're not picking up from the house
Yeah.
ever, really. I don't know any of my friends who they're like, oh, he's swinging by to pick me up. So that's just weird.
Even back in the day,
And
I don't think
so-
I ever picked anybody up at the house on the first date.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't. I don't know. I was always meet up here.
Yeah. Me
This
here.
time.
Yeah.
Bail
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Nah,
That way you both
yeah.
have an out if it doesn't go.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just leave it up to her. Like, would you like me to pick you up, or do you want to just meet there?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm
And
not.
I can meet you at the car too.
I'm not
and I
upset
can walk you
about-
to the car after.
All right, get
Right.
I want to get back.
Yeah. My
Get back.
bad.
Go back with that part where he said, or we said
laughing.
where it could be laughing, but he said it could be a problem. What you said or something like that.
Well, he was just like, he kept on insinuating, like, well, are you not comfortable with me? Because, that can be a problem. Because everyone that I've been with, I want them to be extremely comfortable. Like, what can I do to make you comfortable? Mind you, we're at dinner.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, there's nothing that you can do to make me comfortable, because now you're just making me uncomfortable. And that's when he got upset.
Yeah.
And I've never,
Wait a minute. Wait.
yeah,
He got upset on the first date.
he got upset on the first date because I told him that he was making me uncomfortable. And to me, that was a sign.
Yeah.
So that was the big red flag. And I was like, look, if you're going to be acting like this,
Wait. What did he
I'm
do?
just-
Wait. I'm sorry. Sorry for being the guy that's nitpicking.
Yeah.
And your brother. But
Yeah, you sorry to be your brother? Damn.
no. I'm saying. No. I'm just saying. I'm sorry to be nitpicking and being. It's the first time I'm hearing the story. Like,
Chris making me uncomfortable.
Yeah. A couple guys could have rolled up on. Could have went to dinner. Mm-hmm. Well, go ahead. Anyway, I'm sorry. Finish the story.
and
Like-
so he was getting aggressive. Like his whole demeanor changed, and he was just like, "You're uncomfortable." I'm about everyone being comfortable. I'm a teacher, for God's sake. I'm a lawyer, for God's sake. And I was like, well, it has nothing to do about your profession. It's just how you're reacting to things. And if you're not making me comfortable, I said the easiest thing is to like get back on your side and be like, you know what? I apologize. Like what can I do to make you feel comfortable, or would you rather just leave? And he's like, well, why would I say that? Why would I want you to leave? If anything, like, we can like go off, we could go to a park. And I was like, you go to a park.
Hold on,
And-
motherfucker. Like, hey,
We can go to this park deep in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No cameras around.
It's romantic.
Yeah.
And at the time, like the location where I was in Irvine. So, Irvine does, it was a nice, nice area, nice restaurant. But I was like, well, first of all, like we're not going to a park. And then, it was like, he just would not stop about me being comfortable. So it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave. And he grabbed my arm.
Ooh, shit. Oh. Hey, see,
and
say nothing about that. Heard about this? First time I heard about this. You already know.
First time we hearing about
it. You already know. Right. I would have called a couple of the homies. God,
well, the thing is that when he grabbed my arm, there was a few of the waiters that had seen it and had heard his voice elevate.
You already know trash bag Jesse. You already know trash bag Jesse. Jesse is like, what is it? No, Old Country from Old Men, or what's that movie?
Yeah. That guy?
What is that movie called?
No Country for Old Men?
There you go. Hey,
Javier Bent?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, bro, we don't play around.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
The waiters.
Go ahead, my bad.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm trying to
see what's going on.
I'll be honest.
He's trying to see if he had to make a call.
Dude, tell me y'all are not getting hot right now.
Bro.
Yeah, keep this from us.
Hey, bro, this is the first time I'm hearing about this. That's why I'm saying, like, that.
Nina's my sister.
Yeah, I know. Had she said something, it'd have been on and popping.
This is some.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, you see the den of thieves in the garage?
Yeah, exactly. That made it up.
Bro.
Dang.
Shoo.
The 5 jokers at the restaurant.
You got an extra heat I can borrow?
Don't even worry about that.
That's gonna pull his footage from the restaurant.
Okay,
anyway, go ahead.
We're sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, I want to hear this.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Gotta calm down. I might need a drink after all.
Hell yeah, bro. Motherfucker over here drinking water. Go ahead.
And so, like the waiters had seen. First of all, they heard his, voice escalate, and they were already they looked towards. And then when he had grabbed my arm, 2 of them came and was like, hey, is everything okay? Can we, do you guys need any drinks or whatnot? And that's when he released my arm. Well, because he was about to get knocked the fuck out by me, but I was like, I thanked them and I was like, no, I don't, we don't need anything. I'm heading out. This was great. I wish you the best of luck. And he got up and he attempted to follow me. And that was, I can honestly say that was it was a bit scary because even though I came by myself and then luckily one of my friends, was texting me and I had already texted her the number to the restaurant. Mm-hmm. And so when you do that, you can have if they have security or the manager come and create a diversion. And so I had given her the number to the restaurant. She calls the restaurant and then the manager was like, oh, my dear, no, you haven't had dessert before you leave. Let's, get dessert. And young man, go back to the table. Cause and then so while he went back to the table, I was able to leave the restaurant and they had already had my car up front and whatnot. Oh, wow. And then, so I know I left and then he was blowing up my phone and whatnot. And then I always make sure, because one thing, when you're drinking, you have to show your ID. So when he pulled out his ID, because I wasn't drinking, so he pulled out his ID, I looked and I was like, okay, I got his first, his last, and then of course I'm going to memorize his driver's license number.
Send it to me. I'm going to run it.
Right.
Run it.
A couple niggas. Run a couple cats. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And then going to parks. Let's roll.
So what happened after? Have you heard from him or did he text you?
Well, I heard from him 48 hours later and he was just like, oh, I'm so sorry for what happened. I shouldn't have gotten upset, but I just wanted to say my final goodbyes. And I'm like, what?
Finally. Hey.
And so I didn't bother calling him back because then he called me to leave the rest of the message. And he was just like, oh, well, my anger has gotten the best of me. And now
anger has gotten the best of me? Mm-hmm. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. He's like, my anger has gotten the best of me, and now like he ended up going to jail for like domestic violence.
Bro.
So did you ever grab a girl's arm?
Hey, bro, it's jail or the cast.
During the first date?
You never hit him with the power suit, power tie, power steering, Chris?
No, absolutely not. Come on, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like that. You know why Nina just feel comfortable telling us now, because she is over there with Bob Lee Swagger.
Bob Lee Swagger.
yeah. Her new man. Hey, kill a man from 50 paces. But I was just like that, bro. This is the first time I'm hearing the story. I'm
Den of
just
Thieves.
it's not even Den of Thieves, bro. Like, that was his first last name. Like, I have a homegirl that you don't even have to tell first and last name. I just told her what she looked like and her first name, and she got the whole drop on her.
Yeah.
And she got the whole forward, like, license, like car, home address. Like, you give me first and last name, I'll hit a homegirl up. She'll give me home address, work address. You know, like that. Come on, bro. Go.
Imagine if you grab a girl's arm at a restaurant. Everybody saw
why?
it.
What's going through your head?
Yeah, well, how do you like? That's my
I'm
question.
the man.
No, that's not going to end well, regardless.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm a lawyer and a teacher, though.
Yeah, bro. You know what? Yeah. You know what? Let me explain something to you. The problem now with these fine dining and fine restaurants, though, is J Bug and CeeLo is over here dropping cash and buying the whole Casa Azul bottle for the table. And when they see you mistreat a woman, they think that's their mom. And CeeLo and Cash Flow and Blue is everything all right, ma'am?
Yeah.
And then you're
it's definitely true. Yeah.
You know, because now, no offense, now at these fine dining establishments, gang members and drug dealers there.
Yep.
They're paying cash.
Yeah.
No, they're paying cash. No, for real, they're paying cash. Yeah, they're paying cash. They're hanging out. They're with the best of them. You don't know who's who.
What was the ultimate red flag? It's complicated. Why is it complicated?
The ultimate red flag, Coy. I mean, there was 7 of them, and I'm surprised she stayed for all 7 of them.
I'm sad I couldn't pick you up at your house.
Yeah, I'm out. All right.
Yeah.
And harping on it for a long time.
Because that was one of the first ones.
You trying to make me comfortable is making me super uncomfortable.
Exactly. I'm leaving.
Just want to make sure your guard is down. Make sure your guard is down. That's what it translates to.
I need to know your home address.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I'm sad.
Make sure your guard is down enough for me to drop you off at home, so so I know where you live, so I can come.
So I can double
or
back.
even right. But the thing was that also I always, like with Match.com or whatnot, like he looked exactly like the photo, so I knew.
At the least, at the very least, the serial killer looked like a serial killer.
Yeah, because I didn't go out with anyone who didn't look like their photo. Like, even if it was a young photo, I was like, no, you lied.
Yeah.
Like, just be honest.
Was this guy the free version or the $5?
Yeah.
It was actually no.
This guy was
honestly, it was the premium. So at the time, I was paying $10 a month, and he was premium too.
Hey,
yeah.
At least he made it up to the premium.
Coy, just because he spends some money doesn't make him a good guy. Clearly,
right.
Clearly,
lawyer/teacher.
They're over here using like Johnny Drama using the old school photos back when they were 10 years younger.
Honestly, I encountered those.
Get you back in the game. Exactly. I'm the fucking game.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But
Nina,
you have to.
I am so glad you did not tell us this story earlier.
How long ago was this, if you don't mind me asking? Roughly.
Oh, this was like 5-6 years ago when Match was like.
You can still look it up?
I don't even know. Like, that's a pass.
I need a first name and eye color.
5 or 6 years ago, I was more nimble. I could have took him too.
You got a baby now. You got that daddy shit. You can take anybody.
You let me handle it. I don't got nothing to lose.
Ooh, hey, you ain't got nothing to lose. Don't mean you have nothing to fight for either.
That's
crazy.
Right. What's crazy to reach out and grab? Like, man, I've been together 13 years. Never once I would think about reaching out and grabbing the arm.
Right.
What? Never in my life thought about reaching out and grabbing a woman's arm.
You got to think like at these restaurants, waitresses and hosts, they're like probably trained to look out for this kind of stuff.
And
especially if the guy looks
people course.
Let me ask
for
you
sure.
this. No offense. How many guys you think in that restaurant been rolling in the garage for like 30 for like last 3.5, 4 years? Like I'm talking about since COVID, like rolling in their garage, doing you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
you mean how many of them got cauliflower ears?
Yeah, exactly. At the restaurant, waiting for some shit like this to happen. You grab
Like,
an
no,
arm.
this my whole life. Slap the
I
knees.
can't wait. Boom.
Right.
Dave, I'll be right back.
But I feel like they probably see a lot of like first time dates.
Yeah.
That's why too.
Yeah.
So they're
Yes,
accustomed
they
to
do.
it. They kind of
I'm
know
sure
what to
they
look
see a lot of
after.
it.
Like
They
this
definitely
this conversation is not looking very good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
Man.
Like, and he grabbed her arm. I was like, damn, bro.
And
and
especially-
you gotta get it too. Like, they can't do nothing to.
But also, like bartenders are trained for this too. When they see like a girl just sitting
Yes,
there and a
they
guy
are.
is a creeper,
Yeah,
and then they
100%.
might write a note in the napkin like, "Are you okay?" or whatever, you know.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was nice to know, and this is why it's like it pays just to be kind and nice to people, because they do recognize when you're just a nice, kind person. Like when someone says, "Hi, how are you?" You're like, "Fine, how are you?" And you're just banter with the host, the hostess, the waiter, the waitress, the bartender, because they do. It's kind of like, "Oh, okay, she's cool," and I felt like we were getting help. It was packed because, of course, this is way before COVID and inflation, so it was packed. But that's really, it was crazy, and that was honestly the last time I used Match, and I wouldn't use it again. And then when he told me like he was going to jail for domestic violence, I thought he was lying, but it was for domestic violence, drugs. He had
How did that
a
come up?
lot.
How did that conversation come up though, to where he told you that?
Well, because he had called me and I just left. I didn't pick up, and he
You
had
left it
told
on
me, but I
voicemail?
thought, oh yeah.
He
I
said he
left
was
him on
going
my
to jail. Going to jail for
Yeah,
domestic
he's just like, I just wanted to say my last goodbyes, and then I'm sorry for how I was acting.
That's how you know he's not all there. Because why would he even tell you that?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think he's gonna get out of that?
Hey,
Oh, I feel so bad for you. Let me call you.
even
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer had women writing him in jail.
If you grab a
That's
girl's
true.
Yeah.
arm, like,
That's true.
like,
Hey,
what do you have to go back on? You can't even like tell your guy friends that. That would be, they wouldn't exile you.
first
They have
of all,
a whole
who,
show.
Who said he had friends?
Okay, that's the thing.
Yeah.
They're there in the park.
Right. And that's
Trees.
also, I've learned a telltale sign. But yeah, I mean, to me, it was a scary situation. So glad that I think even now I have a few single friends. It's still the protocol, but now we still meet when they do go out. They go on they meet up with the person really at a Starbucks or a coffee bean.
Safe.
That's always the
Somewhere
first.
safe.
Yep.
Always somewhere safe, yeah, and where they know. Because I told him, I was like, the best thing to do is know the area, know the restaurant if you need to get out, or because that was when I rented that restaurant. It was like my fourth time going there, not with like guys, just with my friends. So I had already seen some of the waiters and the waitresses,
Yep.
and I always feel like it's best to go to a place that kind of knows me, so
Yeah.
just in case. And honestly, I tell all my friends and everyone, go with your gut instinct, because my gut instinct had said, don't go.
Yeah.
It's my initial one.
Should have been to let Chris know where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
that too.
pull up, bro.
We could have been eating like 3 tables down.
Oh yeah, 100%. It saw the hand grab. It was like, okay, cool. Let's follow this
I'll
motherfucker to
stand
the
there.
bathroom. Nah, dog, go to
Like
the bathroom,
Ricky Tan
bro.
on Rush Hour 2, Ricky Tan.
No, bro. You go to the bathroom. You follow him to the bathroom, bro.
Hey, man.
Ain't no cameras. You can't have cameras in the bathroom.
Right.
Side note.
You're so right. I didn't think about that.
Unapologetic.
That's still crazy.
Oh, I didn't know
Just
you
for
rolled like
fun.
that.
We're kidding.
That's crazy though.
But yeah, I mean, it's crazy because like profile on point. It's just when you're getting to know that person where it's like, okay, well,
The flags come
know,
out.
Yeah, 100%.
yeah. And then one thing, I guess, when I told him I wasn't comfortable, that was his trigger. Because it was crazy. Like, it was just
Because most people be like,
crazy.
"Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable like that."
That's
And
it.
it's- Why? Why are you uncomfortable?
I feel like some
Do
of
you
the
know
times,
that I'm a
Right.
teacher?
To make a girl uncomfortable is probably the worst thing you can do, no matter what.
It's just
Right.
like weird sounding. Like he was kind of like in his own thing. Like making himself seem so great. Like I'm so great. And you're trying to leave on me.
Yeah. It's called I think it's called like asexual, or like it's something where you get a hard on looking at yourself in the mirror. I gotta look it up, but it's something like that where like you don't even get turned on by women. You get turned on about seeing yourself.
Yeah.
And I think he was more frustrated that his facade wasn't working, as opposed to like making you like upset that he made you uncomfortable. He was upset that like whatever he was displaying wasn't working.
Yeah, right. He wasn't trying to suck me in and probably, murder me or beat me, because like there was such a laundry list when I gave the information to my friend, and he was like, "You don't even want to know, but I'm just glad, you're safe and whatnot." Because he went away for like 5 to 6 years, and I told him, I was like, "Okay, so he's going to do half." And he was like, "Yeah, he'll do half unless he gets in trouble inside." But he's like, this guy was no good. So then after that, I honestly started doing background checks after that.
Well, inside somebody else is going to grab his arm and say,
Lawyer and teacher.
"Why are you uncomfortable?"
Right.
Like,
it's crazy. I haven't heard any of my guy friends have any experience with anything.
Autosexual.
Right. What I have heard was that it gets weird when the girl's like too flirty and they're trying to lure them back. That's when it's like wait, are you trying to kill me for my organs?
a lot of girls out there trying to get you back to their place so their boyfriend or whoever can rob you. There's a lot of that going on too.
Yeah,
just like in Vegas, don't go back to the hotel. Do not go to the hotel room.
That seems too
if
good
it seems too easy, don't do it.
Damn, I'm the man tonight. No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you are not.
Right.
No, you're not.
That
buddy.
I've
you
heard.
Are a pawn in the grand scheme. Hey, bro.
If a girl wants to come to my room.
Let me explain something to you. You know your level. You know your threshold. Okay?
Don't.
Yeah, don't.
Too good to be true?
Yeah, don't fool yourself. If you know you looking at it, I'm like, damn, I could never back her at
Let somebody know what room number you're in, okay?
Know your range.
You
Come knock at this door at this time.
If you
exactly.
a 5 to 7, ain't no way. Dwayne, no way. You at 10.
If you shack at the half court and they just leave you open, there's a reason.
There's a reason. Okay. Ain't getting shit. Yeah. Dang.
But yeah, it's definitely. But these stories.
Now, you know what?
Because
Nina, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't think these stories were true. Like I didn't. Not even that. I didn't even think these stories really happened. I thought these were once in a blue moon story. And Nina, I posted this post, and it was like a dozen girls hit me. I was like, I have a story, and I'm like, how is this possible?
Yeah.
It's just the tip of the iceberg, too, man.
It was like when you think about the guy friends that we have in our circle,
you
would think there's nobody that we would know that would do this. Like who does this stuff,
Yeah, no.
Who does this?
Yeah. Right, exactly. But
all the guys outside
it's
the circle. Like
outside the circle of trust.
Yeah, it's basically like
that's the thing. A lot of people that do this don't have friends and don't have like
they don't want any accountability or don't want any judgment or Jesus.
Exactly. The key is that they don't have friends.
Yeah,
and that was the thing. Is like when I would tell him, "Oh, okay, well, I'm going to go hang out with my friends." He's like, "Oh, must be nice to have such a great group of friends." I was like, "Yeah, it is." But I was just like,
must be nice to have such a great.
Yeah, I never thought like, what?
Must be nice to have friends.
To me, that's like some little narcissism stuff too. He's like trying to guilt trip you for everything, and
it is.
Yeah, it must be nice.
You're trying to make yourself seem all freaking.
Yeah, what? No.
It is narcissism.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
Smack, don't do that.
It must be not.
Because his excuse was, well, I'm, going through school, having all this, but I went through school too. And that's what I told him. I was like, well, I mean, I guess everyone's experience is different. Because when I went through school, are you kidding me? I had a blast because I made friends with my classmates.
Yeah, it's called networking. That's what you're supposed to do in college. What's this guy
Exactly.
doing? He's just studying on his own.
I like to
Then
learn.
that's the thing, too, 'cause I mean,
I like to learn alone.
If he's older, I mean, real friends really don't skip a beat because not see him for a year or two and then be like, "What's
It don't
that?"
matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nothing.
let's keep booming.
Like, you're not no friends. That's
Right.
All right, Nina, we're gonna let you go. I can't thank you enough. Am I seeing you this weekend?
You are.
With the address and information.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Stay strapped.
Nah, she with Jason Bourne now. She good.
yeah.
All
You're
right.
so stupid. You guys have a good night. All right.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
That was crazy. That
That's the
mind
first
you,
time you heard
the
that story?
first time I've ever heard the story.
What
in
would
my
happen
life.
if she told you the day after?
Oh, she told me.
Man, the
these
day
guys,
of, we're on our way
the
on
day of,
241
yeah,
to 261 right now. Yes.
Hey,
Do you have the 91 Express? Doesn't matter. We're going.
I'd be all like, hey, where you at? Oh, I'm on my way home. Nah. Head over here. Hey, come across. Hey, we gotta go to. All right, cool. Boom. Hey, hey, cool. Boom.
Hey, the three plus lane for free?
Nah. 3 plus lane. We all individual. Next thing you know, the 6 guys at the restaurant walking in with no reservation.
Avengers coming in.
Remember Casino, Joe Pesci? Keep him there.
Oh, yeah.
Nina, keep him there. Nina, keep him
Put that
there.
motherfucker there.
Nina.
Hey, bro. 6 dudes walk in,
Yeah.
no reservation. Hey, bro. Hey,
No, but like,
come on
hey,
over.
Nina,
No reservations like Anthony Bourdain.
Oh yeah, bro.
Like,
hey, go to bed.
Nina, tell him, agree to go to the park.
Yeah.
Let us know which one. We gonna be there.
Tell him, hey, you know what park to go to.
Yep.
Tell him I got
Let's
a great
go.
park over here we can go to.
She's like,
Bring the shovels.
Come out
she ain't gotta do none of
come
that.
out the
Nah,
woods like the Lost Boys.
She ain't gotta do none of that.
Bring the
They ain't
shovels,
even gotta
baby.
do none of that. Like, Doug, what? No,
turn to the
bro.
Blair Witch Project for him.
But you got to realize though too, a lot of these women don't have that circle of friendship that they could call on, and where at a moment's
Yeah,
notice,
but like your
there's
sister,
like.
she knew what she was doing.
Yo,
She was-
no.
she was
But that's
okay.
what I'm saying. But you got to realize in other situations, like Miss K last time, she doesn't have a circle of friends. She can
Especially
call her.
if they're younger.
Yeah,
they don't
younger.
know.
She don't have a circle of friends. She can call and it's like, boom, 7 guys show up. Like, hey, bro,
All
come
she
on over
sees
here.
is, this guy's so hot.
Nah,
and-
yeah.
but
No,
that's
but not even that. But I'm saying she don't know 7 guys that would show up just for her
Oh, yeah.
protection. You got to realize there's not a lot of women out there that have a brotherhood or a friendship that's like, hey, one
soon as
call
he
away,
grabbed
like,
the arm,
do, like,
telling you,
oh,
Ricky Tan,
Well,
Rush Hour too.
Well, that's why you'd never go anywhere, like not in a public setting. Like,
Yeah,
even if
nah,
you guys
yeah.
go off and do something else, make sure it's in a public setting.
because that's
The
why
woods.
I always tell people, like me, like
The woods, you can go to like a
a
national.
man of, like they call me man of many
Yellowstone?
friends for a reason. Like it's a different level of situationships because of my walk of life and what we've all been through and where we are all at now. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on a date and she was surprised about, I think it was you, Coy. You were the youngest. You were the youngest friendship I had in my life, and even that was 20 years.
and the youngest looking friend you have.
I
too.
mean,
Hey, even he has all the merch though. Damn.
let that shit fucking go. Let that shit
Shit.
fucking go. Coy, do not laugh at that. But you get what I'm saying? Like she sat back and was like, "That like if he's the youngest friends you know, like what are your
Yeah.
other friends?" I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Oh,
yeah,
no, I
exactly.
know him for 20. I know him for
You know
like
what?
19."
It's kind of crazy because a lot of people aren't like that. I was literally at the gym the other day and I ran into a girl from high school.
Yeah.
And we were just, chopping it up. And then we were talking, she's like, oh, you still friends with so-and-so and so-and-so? And, we're friends on IG, so she
Yeah.
still sees. And I'm like, yeah, I talked to them.
Yeah.
So you know them since this? She's like, yeah, that's crazy. That says a lot about a person. You guys can hold friends like that. She's like, that's actually really cool. She's like, I have a couple friends like that too, but she's like, that's crazy.
That is rare,
It's
though.
rare.
'cause
A lot of people don't talk to people that they
From
knew
where
back in
I'm
the day.
at, we didn't keep in contact with that. But when I met him, and I'm like, from where you guys are at, you guys are 25 deep, 25 plus, and how long you guys know each
That's
other.
crazy.
Yeah,
and,
they're 30,
still
yeah.
and still know each
Easy,
other.
easy 30. Yeah, easy at 30. But that's what I'm saying. Like you caught in at 18, 19,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And I've known 12, 13. Like we've been
12
rock-
what?
Like 12 years old, 13
Oh, I was
years
saying,
old.
I thought you were saying 12 years. My man, you're trying to
That's how he's treating you with the merch.
forgetting how old we are.
That's why I haven't got them.
I was like, yeah, 12 years since I've seen the T-shirt. But
You didn't get the men on no solar panels,
right? Damn.
Do not listen. Anyways, but do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like women don't know friends that have.
They don't because
like
guys.
that.
Yeah, I understand. I know what you're saying.
Like, no, we've had friends that have had a walk of life and then have a different walk of life and then have had a different walk of life. You've known friends that were single, married, single again, kids, married, like the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? We've known everybody that's done that walk of life. It's like, wow, like, damn, that guy turned his life around. Like, I'm proud of him. You know what I'm saying? Where you got to see it and you're like, that guy has had it nowhere in high school.
Yeah.
And then where you're like, damn, you made something of yourself. I'm proud of you. Like, type of shit, you know?
See them get married, kids.
Yeah, all that shit. So that's why I always tell people, I was like, dog, like, when we take what we have for granted, when, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are like, wait, dog, you know him? And I'm like, yeah.
But baby, maybe that's why women keep that one guy in the friend zone so they can go on these dates and then call him. Something goes wrong.
Shit.
Well,
he's like, hey, girl, what would have happened if you would have gone with me?
but not even that. That's why some of these women have those guys that are in that rough lifestyle that they wouldn't deem a guy being, you know, a husband to, but a great friend, absolutely. Yeah. Because if something gets sticky, she can call him that's from that type of lifestyle. And that whole situation, the guy's at the dinner table with my sister with his hands up, like, you know. Like,
I mean, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So you always see that girl like, how are you friends with him? And you're like,
you know, 'cause I mean, I'm the godfather to one of our friends. We
100%.
And I mean, I'm that type of dude. She can call me. And
you call. Hey, knows, bro, it doesn't matter. Let's go.
She knows.
Let's go. We'll figure it out later.
I get Grammy if I need to.
No, but that's every. You know what I'm saying? You get that phone call. Hey, we'll figure it out later.
Hands dirty if you need.
Hey, but honestly, that's what they talk about. But that's because of 30 and 40 years of friendship.
Yeah, I understand.
Hey, we'll figure that shit later. We'll figure that shit out later.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, I want to thank everybody for listening. Whether you listen to it on Google Play, Radio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Pandora, you download that Men Don't Know podcast app. I can't thank y'all enough. Hit me on Instagram at Men Don't Know, Twitter at Men Don't Know 1. Shoot me an email, chris@mendontknow.com, or hop on the mendontknow.com website and shoot me a message. Merch store is open. Let's go.
How many pictures are on Yelp? Pull up all these pictures and you're like, oh, that's the dessert you're eating? All right, Michelle. That's the candle? Okay, that's the same candle. I know where that.
45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes to an hour. Wait, can you run that long? No offense.
That's how I got married, dog. You know, first date, bro.
Was that what you did?
Yeah, my first date with him.
I think a guy's more comfortable being alone than a girl, but I mean, that's a whole nother
You think so?
I think